Can I just add? Thank you. So I was asked to answer a couple of questions. So I'll try to make it as short as possible because I know we are at the end. But anyway, so that's shortly about us. Polylabs is an innovative chemical company that has been established in very close partnership with a government-owned scientific institute, and we are producing a raw material for the polyurethane industry. So in the next slides, you'll get to know what is exactly polyurethane. So here is a picture which more or less shows how polyurethane foam is being created. So basically, these are two substances mixed together, and the foam appears magic. So basically, but if polyurethane is a universal product which is being used in many industries. One example is construction, insulation materials, foams, shipbuilding, of course, refrigerations, water heating as insulation. Basically, everywhere where you see insulation, you have polyurethane. You are all sitting on polyurethane foams right now, so in furniture as well. You probably have all your shoe soles made of polyurethane, so polyurethane is everywhere where you see. The problem, yeah, there is a problem in the industry, and here I really liked the presentation of one of the previous speaker from Norway Finance, that basically who said that business as it is currently, it's impossible to carry on like that. And that is one of the biggest problems, that the companies are sitting in a very comfortable position right now, and they don't have the courage or interest to change anything. And of course, another thing is that there are not enough reasonable priced renewable resources. So usually when you talk about bio-based products, you always are scared that it will cost more. And but anyway, the market is slowly shifting to the green alternative, and the trend is to go green and bio-based, and we have seen that in all the major exhibitions that we went, and we went to all of them because we are a startup, so we need to be present in every exhibition. Our product, it's called polyol. So it's one of the components you saw in the previous pictures put together. So this is polyol, and we make it from natural oils such as tall oil or rapeseed oil. Two natural oils. Of course, it's possible to make from other oils as well. And so this grows somewhere, so it's renewable, and we try to compete with the petrochemical origin raw materials here. So I tried to put together some advantages. So renewable resource, we have measured that it's around 74% of our product has been grown somewhere. The process itself is green. It means that no harmful emissions or waste is being created during the process of this manufacture. Better characteristics. It means that because it's made from natural oils, some properties come with it, like hydrophobic nature. It means it doesn't absorb water, and many more. And then again, it's bio-based alternative, and in the middle, as the most important, is competitive price, because most of our clients don't care about bio-based or renewable. They think in finance and in price. And we have managed to keep to be in the same price level as the petrochemical-based polyols. So I think that's a great advantage, that we can provide all these advantages for the same price. And that is now, because the oil price is down currently, and when it will go up, and it will at some point. So the advantages will be looking much better. Yeah, and here are some biggest challenges I was asked to tell about. So one of the first ones is the sales process. It's very complicated chemistry, and the process can be 1 to 2 years or even longer. So it means that tests are being made in every link of the customer chain, and the customer chain is not one or two, or there can be 3 customers in the end. So our clients test as first ones, then if everything is fine, no modifications are needed, then the next customers are doing their tests. So it can take a lot of time and patience. Then client trust in innovations. Of course, as I told before, the customers are sitting in a very comfortable position. More than 100 years of old habits and business based on petrochemical, and they do not see the need right now to change something. It comes very much together with lack of courage in the industry, with some small exceptions. More or less, the companies are still waiting for some kind of financial kick or some tax reductions or something like that to change. Another one, which is for all the startups, is capacity of manufacture. So our capacity is around 300 tons per month, and this is nothing for the big companies. They need 3,000 tons per month. So, but we start somewhere. And then and the last is formulations or recipes. For each foam that there is, for each application, there is a different recipe. And most of the companies do not have their R&D experience or capacity to create recipes from scratch. They mostly use something like already they have, and then they try to modify it. It takes a long time, and it's hard for them. Commercialization steps, we have put together more or less 9 steps. As I told before, it's rather long, and that is taking into account that the product is already ready, developed, ready for sale, for use. So the first is, of course, client approach, technical data exchange. Our R&D comes together with them, and if everything looks fine on paper, they do the laboratory tests. If there is need in fine-tuning, then they do it. If not, it's fine. They move to industrial scale tests. Of course, and then if everything is fine, they present the results to their client or customer, and then they again do the tests. And if the chain is longer, then all those steps go back, go more. So and in the end, then is the contract, and all this can take 2 years. So in short, what we have done so far. So we have contacted and still are in contact every day with more than 160 clients globally, not only in Europe, but also in the United States and South Korea and Iran. And more than 50 are currently testing our products. They are in various stages. Some are in the lab scale still, some are still doing those technical data sheets tests, and some are industrial scale tests. One client in Netherlands has already successfully developed new product and is trying to sell it in his market. Of course, startups without venture capital is nothing. So of course, we also got venture capital 200,000 and private investor capital 50,000. We have successfully finished already the project in Green Technology Incubator with the help of Norway grants. We have currently outsourced manufacture capacity. It's around 300 tons per month, as I told you before. And we are taking part in all the major industry exhibitions, because if you're a young company, startup, you need to be present in all these exhibitions. You need to talk to a lot of people. New ideas might appear, and you might even start a new spin-off of your company. So exhibitions is very important. And of course, we have to develop our R&D and sales team, distribution channels, because we are still a small team. So we are, of course, relying very much on our distribution channels. And new product development is also important, not sitting on the products you have, but try to predict what will be needed in the market later on. And that comes very much together with the exhibitions, because in the exhibitions you get new ideas what kind of products will be needed. And we also started the Horizon 2020 project together with 4 companies, 2 from Spain, 2 from Italy. We are still waiting for the final okay from the European Union, but fingers crossed, everything should be fine. Business future. So the next step would be our own manufacture plant development, so that we could reach at least some fraction of what is needed in the market. So here I wrote 10,000 tons annual. After that, the next steps would be a system house spin-off development, so that we would become also our client, sort of, so that we could eliminate some of the points in the chain. And after that, smaller companies that manufacture those end products, such as, for example, surfboard manufacture or sandwich panel insulation manufacture. And that's it. And I managed to be in the time, 10 minutes,
Wonderful.
right?
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Applause to Kristiāns.